Hey there, it's Molly with Design Loves Detail, and I have some fun stuff to show you today. I did a huge order from TJ Maxx and wanted to show you some things up close and personal. So let's check it out. For any of you that are TJ Maxx or Marshall's regulars, they have had some of the best brands I've ever seen. I don't know if it's because of the economy kind of being in a little bit of a downturn the last little bit, but they have some amazing brands and products that some of them I've never seen there before. So let's check them out because I do think sometimes their online photos aren't the best, and so I think it can be really helpful to see them on video. And one of them is this chair I'm sitting in. I'll show you kind of the details on it. I think that their patio furniture this year has been the best I've ever seen, and I will link a few different things. Of course, as always, you can get the links for these products in description, and while you're checking that out, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so that you can follow us for future videos. So I'll include the links that I'm sharing today, as well as a few other really great current products they have. So this one is a nice kind of a cream, really good quality on this. It's a wood. This is like a real nice wood with kind of a rope detail, so it's interesting and looks really high end. I had someone ask me if they could use these as indoor chairs. They're a little firm on this lower cushion, but I think still could totally work indoors. But they're not like one you like sink into, though I think that like the quality is really impressive actually, especially for the price point. So I really was happy to see that. And the back cushion's a little bit softer, the one behind, and just the shape of these is really cool and unique. I got these pillows to go with the chairs. So I ordered a couple of these chairs and then some of the pillows, because this one looks to me a lot like Anthropologie with this stitching detail, and I love that they're an actual outdoor pillow, so they're made better for the elements and everything. And of course their pillows are always such a good price, but I thought this was really pretty. And then of course the neutrals, but just had some really great detail to it. So put that back. And then this is a side table that I also got for our outdoor spaces. It's like a little drink table. So I love the size of these because they don't take up a ton of space, but then still give you enough room for the essentials, your book or your drink, whatever. And they kind of look like a plaster with kind of it's kind of a fluted detail, I guess. But I love the texture and the price point. Again, really, really good on these. So grab those links down in description. I got a couple of those. And I will be sharing too, when I do our outdoor tours, I'll show you like how I style all this stuff so you can see it more in action, which will be really helpful. This piece, also so gorgeous and so heavy. This is from a really high-end brand, Jamie Young Co., if you've heard of them. And it is a real marble, like stone carved dish or tray. This could be really cute for like fruit, like as a fruit bowl on your counter. I'm thinking it'd be fine outside too, just because it's a real stone. So I might use that outside too. Again, stay tuned for that. But definitely this is one of those, it's a little bit spendy, but it's like way less than you would normally find it, because this brand is way pricey, pretty much anywhere else. And in fact, some of like higher end, I'm trying to think of what stores carry this brand, but a lot of higher end places. So whenever you can find this kind of stuff at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, it's really the lowest price there is on it. So I love that. All right, you might have seen these little tabletop LED lamps. These are great for like outdoor parties and hosting. This one I think is especially cute. They have these right now in a bunch of colors. They have this in black. I think there's like a greenish, and then they have different heights and styles in them, and they're super affordable. But watch this. So this is like the warm light. I thought this was kind of cool that they have different kinds of white light. So there's the like cooler white light, and then kind of a medium, and then off, and then back to, so 3 different types. This is back to the, I just kind of like that warm, cozy light, but I think that's so cool that they have the three different shades of white, so you can get your lighting temperature the way you want it for your event. But I'm gonna use these down the middle of our table. I'm gonna host a dinner party, and I think it might be fun to even share a YouTube video of that, because I've been wanting to ever since we moved here to host a dinner party in the backyard. So I think that might be something I'll have to film a video on too. But I think these will look so good down the center of that table just to give that ambiance. So looking forward to that. Bonus on these two, so they're rechargeable. And this one, they hid the USB where you charge it so that you don't see it. Like when you have these on the table, whatever, you're not gonna notice that. Sometimes they don't do as good a job hiding that, so you'll see it on the base or somewhere else. But this one, very well thought through. You don't see it, and they just look, I think, like a nice quality baby lamp. Okay, I got this to go in our guest room at the end of the bed because I fell in love with this. It's a gauzy, you can see that, like a gauzy fabric with this hand-blocked look, so very current. And then what's really nice is that the inside of it is like a fleece, so it's super soft. And so I loved that combination of the really gorgeous texture and detail, but then also it being super cozy. It's almost hard to find that combination because usually those gauzy blankets don't have such a cozy lining. But this one I thought was such a winner, and they have really had some amazing bedding, I will say too, lately. Bedding and pillows and a lot of those types of things, just top tier. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for them to sponsor a YouTube video, but we're gonna get there. I did work with them actually on Instagram, so I still love you forever, TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Home Goods. I'm sad that Home Goods isn't online anymore. Have you guys noticed that? They were just briefly, they tried doing online and then they pieced out. So we just have our Marshalls and TJ. But there's that. You can kind of see the inside of that better. Definitely a really cute one. If I remember right, it comes in different sizes too, so you can get like a queen or a king, depending on the size of your bed, which is always a great thing. So that's kind of my rundown for the latest. I also always love to look for coffee table books and those little decor accent pieces because their prices genuinely, I think, are hard to beat. So that's kind of the rundown of all of my recent finds from TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And as I mentioned, I forgot I had only shared this chair over on Instagram. If you're not following me there, be sure to check that out because I do tend to get the more like behind the scenes stuff in stories over there. And we have been working on projects around the exterior. So we did some planters on the front of the house. I'll see if I can add that to YouTube Shorts. And then also we're getting the whole backyard put together like I was mentioning. So these chairs are gonna have a special spot and I can't wait to see that all come together. There's some really cool details out there. And then I can give you guys all those exterior materials. I know a lot of people have questions on that because I feel like that's one of the hardest things to choose with a house is your paint color for the exterior or stucco, things like that. And then your rock and grout and plaster, all those types of finishes just because they're such a huge commitment. It's so nice to see them on like a finished project. So I look forward to showing you all that as well as a full tour. We'll do a full walkthrough. I know I've been talking about that. It takes a lot of work to get everything wrapped up and ready, but Ben and I have been doing projects like every day. We just are getting blinds hung and all these little details that kind of got away from us where it's like spring cleaning, but spring projecting around here. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below on these products. And if you have any other great TJ Maxx Marshalls finds, drop those in there. I love to see what y'all are buying recently too. So we'll see you next time. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Okay, bye.